Hey guys, this is my new top 10 list. In a very, very long time, I'm making a revised version of my top 10 most hated Sonic characters. I know I made one back in, I think it was like January or somewhere around there. And I decided to revise it because looking back at it, I didn't really think it was good. And most of the points I made were just out of pure anger. So, I've decided to remake this list over. Now remember people, these are my opinions. If you like any of the characters on this list, I respect all opinions. But, please people, no getting butthurt and any comments saying, "Oh, how dare you hate this character," or something, will be deleted the minute I see them. And I know that sounds harsh, but you'll see what I mean when I go to certain characters on this list. I've actually switched characters around and stuff like that. Now, I know this list is long, but bear with me. I've added different effects and stuff like that. So, shall we start this top 10 list off with my number 10 worst Sonic character? Okay, number 10, folks. Charmy B. The reason I put Charmy B at the number 10 spot is because he just never knows when to shut the fuck up. I mean, he serves no purpose to Team Chaotix. He serves no purpose as a detective. He's just reckless, disruptive. He's just someone you would not want working with you. And he's just also one of those people that tries to act like he's something when in reality he's nothing. So to summon up Charmy, he's useless, annoying. I can't stand his personality, and he just can't shut up or sit down for 2 seconds without him messing into everything. So, Charmy B at number 10. A useless character. Okay, here we are coming up on number 9. Number 9 is Metal Sonic. Now, before you all start going into a rage fit, no, I don't like Metal Sonic. I did like him like in the Sonic OVA movie and in a few of the classic games, but other than that, Metal Sonic just seems like a lazy villain in my opinion. I mean, his design and stuff is okay. I just don't see the point in him most of the time. I mean, like in Sonic Heroes, he was a lazy villain. I just don't think he lives up to his potential like he used to be. Like he used to be, you know, that killing machine, but I just don't see it anymore. I just see him as a lazy bad guy. I mean, the last time I've seen him was like in Free Riders. And I guess he did portray somewhat of an evil purpose in that game. But even then, I'm just basically think he's just an overall lazy villain. I don't like Metal Sonic. I don't know. I've just never liked him in the 3D era. I just kind of find him rather pointless to the storyline. Although he does make a better villain than Dr. Eggman, he just doesn't summon up the potential of that I want a bad guy to be. I liked him back in the older days, especially in the Sonic OVA movie. He was kick-ass. I loved him. I loved him in Sonic CD, even though he was pathetically easy to beat. So, yeah, that's Metal Sonic at number 9. Just a lazy, lazy Sonic villain. Coming up at number 8. Oh, God. Number 8 is Wave the Swallow. Where do I begin? Wave the Swallow is just a bitch. I never liked this character whatsoever. In my opinion, she is a rip-off of Tails. She is just one of those immature teenagers that's like, just because she is smarter than everyone else, she doesn't think like she has to make any mistakes. Anytime something of hers that she makes gets broken or is not used properly or something goes wrong, she blames everyone else for her mistakes because she thinks she's too smart to make a mistake. It's like, come on, Wave, just because you're a techno genius doesn't mean you can't make mistakes or have flaws in your programming. She thinks she just has to be Little Miss Perfect about everything. And I just really hate her. Not only that, but I hate her personality and how she tries to take charge of everyone else. And how she's just a smart mouth girl who I think someone should just smack her ass or something. Just, And in my opinion, the Babylon Rogues were just lazy characters, because in my opinion, they just rip off Team Sonic. I really don't like Wave the Swallow, because she is a major bitch, and she just thinks she's a know-it-all. So that's Wave the Swallow at number 8. Okay, coming up at number 7. Number 7 is Jet the Hawk. Jet the Hawk is such a snob. I mean, he literally thinks that he's just better than Sonic. That's pretty much his whole purpose for being in the Sonic franchise, is him thinking he's better than Sonic. Just because he can ride a hoverboard and just because he knows the skills on it. It's like, so Silver has telekinesis and Shadow the Hedgehog can ride guns, has guns and rides motorcycles, but you don't hear him complaining. Not only that, but Jet is also a freaking stuck-up loser. Every time he loses, he still tries to act like he's the best in every way. And not only that, even when Jet gets his face punched in, he's still nothing no one does will make him admit that he is the loser that he truly is. It's just Jet will not accept defeat. I mean, now I do like an enemy with potential, but Jet is just, ugh. And not to mention his voice. Both his 4 kids and his new voice. Jet just sounds like a fucking parrot. His 4 kids' voice sounded awful. His new voice sounds even more retarded, but a little bit better than before. But to basically summon up Jet, in my opinion, he's just one of those immature punks that tries to make everyone feel like crap. He tries to make himself feel like he's above everyone else, when you know he's just one of those losers who just turns out to be one of those losers in the end. And I just don't like Jet. He's just a worse disgrace as a Sonic rival, and he's just not what I expect a rival to be. He's just a little punk ass. That's all I can say. So yeah, Jet the Hawk at number 7. Yeah, Jet the Hawk at number 7. Number 6. Oh god, number 6 is Shara the Genie. Oh my god. Sonic and the Secret Rings was already bad enough to play through, but with Shara on the other hand, Shara just fails to shut the fuck up and making the levels even more annoying. Like, Shara's advice just literally sucks, and she constantly nags all the time throughout the whole entire game. Her advice is just useless. And not to mention, Shara cannot even grant you a simple wish. How pathetic is that? What good is a genie if she can't even grant a wish? And going through the whole entire game, Shara doesn't even help you on the boss fights. She doesn't even help you when you're stuck in dangerous areas. At least Navi from The Legend of Zelda gave you hints on where to go and told you where to go, or if you were stuck in a dungeon, she would at least give you a reminder on what to do. But Shara just points out the obvious. And what makes it worse is her freaking annoying voice that you have to listen to throughout the whole entire game. It's just, if you're gonna play Secret Rings, my suggestion is just play it for the party mode. Because I enjoyed the party mode better than the story mode. So to basically summon up Shara, she's a useless character. She never helps you whatsoever. And she just constantly nags and complains throughout the whole entire game. And I just really hate this character as much as everyone else does. So yeah, Shara the Genie, number 6. Number 5. Who can be worse than Shara the Genie? Well, Princess Elise. Oh my god, I hated her so much in Sonic the Hedgehog 06. Granted, I don't have that much to say about her, but Elise just really pissed me off so bad in that game. She is responsible for one of the worst scenes in Sonic the Hedgehog history. The scene where she kisses Sonic had to be one of the worst. Not to mention, the force fields that she uses makes no sense whatsoever. And the whole fact that where Silver goes back in time to save her, she doesn't even recognize him, even when he goes through time and sees her as a little kid and saves her out of that place. It made no sense whatsoever. Elise her character just made no sense whatsoever. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say on Elise. I could just go on for hours about her. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is Cream the Rabbit. I'm sorry, I just hate this character. For one reason. I cannot stand this character's fan base. The fans get so butthurt. Anytime someone gives their opinion on her or does a video, they'll get so butthurt and defensive just because someone says she's useless. I mean, honestly, people, what purpose does she serve in the Sonic games? None whatsoever. Sonic Advance 2 and 3, I'll admit, she was a good character. I liked her when starting out, but in the games after that, no, I just don't like her character. She is useless, she is whiny. I can't stand her fan base because the fans of this character constantly get butthurt when someone calls her useless or something like that. And not to mention, what purpose does she serve in the plot? Like, all she is, she's just more of a fan than a character. She's just a character that just sits behind the sidelines and cheers for the other characters while the other characters are doing the action. And another thing I can't stand about characters like this is that she gets so much credit for doing absolutely nothing, but only because of how she looks. There is more to a character than just their looks. Now, I'm not saying everyone likes her for that exact same reason, but for the people that do, you really gotta look to more into a character than just their looks, because there's more to what makes a character. So, and pretty much without cheese, she's screwed. Like, she's even proven that before. Without cheese, she has basically no method of attack. And I just don't see and the whole fact that people love to bring up the excuse of her fighting Emerald and Sonic X really isn't much of a valid point. Because compare that to all the other episodes of Sonic X, and you'll see that really isn't much of anything. So to summon her up, she's a useless character. I cannot stand her, and I can't stand her fan base. But if you like the character, that's your own opinion. I just don't like her, and I never will. So that's why she's at number 4. Okay, number 3. Number 3, I'm sure most of people will agree with me. Omo Chow. Honestly, what is the point of Omo Chow? Omo Chow has to be one of the most pointless characters in a video game that I've ever seen. Omo Chow's advice, just like Shara's, is useless. Thank God in certain games, like in Sonic Riders and in Sonic Generations, you have the option to turn him off. But when you don't, what is the point of him when you're just walking around through the level? He comes out of nowhere just to tell you something that is freaking obvious right in front of your face. Plus, in the game Sonic Heroes, I know people say you're forced to play the tutorial, but you're actually not. So, I'm not going to bring that up because you're actually not forced to play the tutorial stage. But when you do, what is the point of him explaining anything when you can, I mean, sure, it's optional what team you pick, but like if you start out the game with Team Sonic or any of the other teams besides Team Rose, and you know how the game works, what is the point of him even teaching you how to play the game if you already know from playing the other three teams? It makes no sense whatsoever. So, to sum it up, Omo Chow, he's a useless character. I cannot stand his voice. He serves no helpful purpose in the Sonic game, and he just points out things that is just obvious that no one even needs to know, instead of the actual real things like, oh, how to get out of the place, or how to find this thing or that thing. Yeah. Number 2. Number 2 is Big the Cat. I'm pretty sure everyone will agree with me on this one. Big the Cat has to be one of the worst Sonic characters ever created. Now, for those of you who like Big the Cat, that's fine. But the fact that people like him because, you know, he searches for his best friend Froggy, I kind of find that all in matter pointless. Because, honestly, what does Big or the frog itself serve any purpose in the Sonic games? Sure, in Sonic Adventure, the frog swallows a Chaos Emerald, but he was just doing it to save the frog. He wasn't doing it because he fit in the story. So, the whole fact that even though he does try to rescue his best friend Froggy, the whole point of him trying to save it in general is pointless, because it doesn't help him accomplish anything. Sure, it does make him a good friend by rescuing it, and it does show that you know, the bravery and stuff like that of his character, but I honestly still don't see what is the point in him saving the frog other than just him rescuing it. I mean, his character really has nothing to do with the actual story. I mean, sure, he's best friends with Cream and Amy, but like, Cream and Amy are better characters than Big the Cat is. I mean, like, in the only game I actually saw Big having a purpose in is Sonic Chronicles, because at least he was doing more than just searching for the frog and actually wanting to go on the actual adventure. So, basically, Big's point of view, he's just an overall pointless character. I absolutely cannot stand his voice. His character overall is really annoying, stupid, and pointless. And the whole fact behind him and the frog in general is pointless, because honestly, what does the frog have anything to do with collecting Chaos Emeralds, stopping Dr. Eggman or another evil at hand, or anything like that? I mean, Big should just be one of those characters that is a party character and nothing else, because honestly, I think Big should just be a party character, because he really serves no purpose in the main story, and I don't really see what his purpose is in being here in the first place. I'm sorry if you like Big the Cat for that reason. I just think it's pointless. I mean, sure, he does fight for his friend, and that's why most people think he's a good character, but when you really look at it, that's pretty much all he wants to fight for. I mean, basically, from my point, all I'm trying to say, Big the Cat is a pointless character. That's all that needs to be said. My number one most hated Sonic character in the Sonic franchise is Dr. Eggman. Now, I used to like the classic Eggman because, you know, he had a good sense of humor to him, and it was always something new at the end. But Sonic Adventure 2 Battle had the last good, had the last good Eggman. Alright, hang on. Because, after Sonic Adventure 2, Eggman became such a lazy villain. He constantly repeats the same ideas. He even uses the same ideas in the exact same game, which just really and him using the same ideas really just shows poor character development. Not to mention his character is just flat out dumb. Like, he's just not creative anymore. Sure, they've added that comic relief style thing to him, but honestly, I just don't think it works with him. I mean, sure, I do like a comical villain, but I also like one who's serious and knows what the heck he's doing while he's being comical at the same time. I mean, Dr. Eggman is just retarded. He constantly gets tricked by the same enemies, not to mention he got tricked by his own creation, Metal Sonic, twice, may I add. He's been tricked by Rouge the Bat like 3 times. Like in Sonic Heroes, he was just lazy because he used the same bosses throughout the entire game. The Sonic Advance series, he just uses the same boss he did in the previous levels or in past Sonic games. I mean, the only good 3D Sonic the 3D Sonic game Eggman was good in was in Sonic Chronicles because he actually took over Metropolis. So, I'll give him credit in Sonic Chronicles. He was a good character because he took over Metropolis, but other than that, Eggman is just a lazy villain. Him constantly using the same ideas shows poor character development. I really, really do not like him. His voice is annoying because he sounds like a cranky old man that hasn't slept in 6 days. His ideas are just repetitive. His whole point in trying to kill Sonic is repetitive and just boring. And it just seems like he wants to hurt Sonic rather than kill him. Because just look at the facts. In the 3D games, he's helped Sonic more than he's tried to kill him. I understand him trying to team up with the bad guys to take out a greater source of evil, because the evil wants to destroy everything. But doing it over and over out of desperation is just pathetic. I mean, I can understand once or twice, but Eggman is that desperate enough to get them to help him every time. That is just lazy, pathetic, and just plain dumb. His ideas are just so dumb that I can't even laugh, that it can't even make me chuckle. Like, I have to chuckle sarcastically just to actually go along with what he's doing. I mean, just to sum it up, Eggman, he's lazy, his ideas are pointless and stupid, and he's just an overall lazy villain, and his character is just dead now. So, this has been my top 10 worst Sonic the Hedgehog characters. Type your list down below, whichever ones you want to, whichever characters you think are the worst. And no typing in, oh, well, this character is the worst because of this and this. Or why isn't this character on the list? Because everyone has an opinion. So, I will see you all on my next video, which will be the best list. See ya.